there's a lot of things obviously need to work on. I feel like offensively, it's much different from last year. We were able to get it inside, and it made it easier for like us guards to be able to shoot the ball. And defensively, we still got some things we need to work on, like just different places you need to be. Not letting shooters bounce. Not letting shooters just catch and shoot, and just little things that we just got to work on.
Coach White mentioned that too, like how much better offensively the scrimmage was. Do you think that's addition of new guys? Maturation?
Yeah. It has something to do with the new guys and guys being willing to play as a team. The ball was moving a lot. It wasn't like stuck on one person the whole game. I feel like us moving the ball and having new guys.
You were in their shoes last year around this time as freshmen. What have you seen from them? Has it kind of shocked you a little bit?
No, not really. I could tell they were a little nervous a little bit when they first came out because I definitely was too. But nothing really shocked me. They were all they all played really well. Nothing shocked me in a negative way, but in a good way, they were. I was kind of surprised on how well they played. It was a time when it was like all freshmen out there at one time, and they played really well. I like the way they were. They followed all the the right things that Coach White wants us to do.
What impressed you about Trey Mann, and defensively? Is that going to be something that's going to ultimately define his role?
Yeah, I feel like defense is a big thing in this program. So, if he's able to guard, it'll help him out a lot. And I feel like in the scrimmage he guarded really well. I feel like he guarded really well with it.
I guess what I was asking is, as a freshman, I guess last year, did you find that defense kind of tends to dictate more?
Oh yeah, for sure. In the beginning, I really didn't take it in that much, but once we started playing games and realizing how like every possession counts, giving up a catch and shoot three or giving up like just letting the person go by you and score, that play can determine like the game. So defense is a really big part, and I feel like it does determine.
You're only a sophomore, but how have you been a leader to this younger group of guys?
Just having a lot of experience. I felt like I had was thrown to the fire pretty early last year, and playing in like so many big games, and just knowing so much, from just playing so much last year. I feel like I can, help them out because I was literally in that position last year. So I feel like I can help them with certain things, like once we start playing and preparing them for it.
Have they listened to you?
Yeah, no, they definitely do. They even come to me like after, practice or like, when we just hanging out, they come and ask me questions like certain things like that. And I feel like I've helped them in the right way.
Defensively, where would you say Scotty Lewis is? A lot of people said that he would kind of be ahead of the curve as a freshman. Have you seen that?
Yeah. I've seen. He plays really, really hard. It's sometimes when just knowing what place to be in. He's really good like on ball defense. He's really active with his hands, really active hands. But like, sometimes he has trouble knowing what place to be in. Like sometimes you can play really hard and not be in the right place and still mess up. So it's like, just knowing the placements of where you got to be in certain scenarios. He can definitely get better at that. But defensively, he definitely is, a little bit over the curve.
Was there a play that he's made recently that kind of stood out to you?
Not that much. Like I said, like he just really active with his hands. Like if you have the ball in the hands, you gotta protect it because you're gonna be swiping at the ball. And I feel like that's something that a lot of guys really don't do. Coach White even last year would tell us when I was a freshman, like the big thing was like tracing the ball, and a lot of guys really didn't. For me, like I really didn't do a whole lot of tracing, but he came in already knowing, how to do those things. So, yeah.
You told me in media day that you and Andrew, your main goal was to make sure this team is unified more than last year's team by hanging out outside of the court as well as on the court.
Right.
Have you seen this team really be closer than that team from last year, and what type of benefit have you already seen on the court?
I feel like at this point right now, we were much closer than we were last year. I feel like last year we were a little separated at this time, but right now I feel like, we guys are really coming together, talking to each other a lot. I mean, asking questions if we need to ask questions, and guys are being coachable. I mean, it's sometimes when guys are like, maybe not be as coachable that day because maybe that, in their head something's going on, but that rarely happens, and I feel like guys are just, coming together and being good teammates.
What did you work on the most this off season?
I worked on a lot of like ball handling stuff. I worked on finishing at the rim a lot. I mean, I know I can shoot the ball really well, so I mean, of course I still worked on that, but I was really focusing on like ball handling and finishing at the rim, and also my passing too. I mean, just different types of passes and stuff. I feel like I gotten so much better at like all that stuff. So it's something I'm looking forward to this year.